Aaron Mutha Alamare, are you ready for a Ratt Throwdown? Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. So Aaron Mutha Alamare is celebrating 3,000 subscribers. I think that's what it was. I'm so bad at this. So 3,000 subscribers. Good job, Aaron Mutha Alamare. I don't want to say that every time. I'm going to just say Aaron. He's got 3,000. Everybody praises him. He's so awesome, so generous. He's got VCLT flying out left and right. I mean, there's just not enough nice things that you could say about Aaron. But he's doing a contest, and it's based around the number 3 because of the 3,000. So you need to shout out 3 channels and show the 3rd album from a discography that is your favorite. So, of course, I'm going to do a little bit more than that. I'm going to show books, music, and comics. And, of course, I'm going to do my shout-outs and then stick around for the very end because there will be a Ratt challenge. Let's start with books because I know that is your favorite. Now, we're going to start with J.R.R. Tolkien. Now, did you know that The Hobbit is actually his 3rd published work? I don't have a copy of it in front of me. I have it somewhere. I'll show a picture of it. But his first published work was a medieval English dictionary. So that was for scholarly use. And then his 2nd published work is very hard to find. It was never republished. The next author, which you're all probably very sick of, but it's going to be Kazuo Ishiguro. So Kazuo Ishiguro's 3rd novel was Remains of the Day, and I'm not going to go into it, but of course, this is a masterpiece. But what I do want to say, this is the novel that was made into a movie and which won the Booker Prize the first time for him. But his first 2 novels were set in Japan, so that by the time you get to the 3rd novel, it's basically the same character from this novel, but transported or transplanted into a British setting. I find this book and this book to be companions. They're both fascinating. And the 3rd novelist that I'm going to focus on is one of my favorites, John Steinbeck. Now, I have a John Steinbeck collection, so you're going to have to suffer through this. I collect the various editions of John Steinbeck's books, and his first novel is called Cup of Gold. This is the only version I have of this. His 2nd novel is called The Pastures of Heaven. I just love these old Penguin paperbacks. Look at these. They're gorgeous. And this is the most recent edition of The Pastures of Heaven. And then finally, we're going to come to his 3rd novel, which is To a God Unknown. I picked this not because it's his best, but that title, wow, To a God Unknown. Cover of this doesn't really fit the subject matter of the book as well as the cover of this. Now, I'm going to read you the blurb on the back so you can get an idea of what this book is about. To a God Unknown is the story of Joseph Wayne, who, while his father lies dying, makes his way from Vermont to a fertile valley in California. There, on his new ranch, he comes to see a huge tree as the embodiment of his father's spirit. His brothers and their wives join him, and they all prosper. But then one of them, terrified by Joseph's pagan beliefs, kills the tree. Oh, wait, I'm going to read you a little bit of this one. Ancient pagan beliefs, the great Greek epics, and the Bible all inform this extraordinary novel. Now, I hope that you're interested in checking out this book if you have never done that. We're going to move on to music. So the whole morning, I've been listening to this album. Now, you can see there's some ring wear. This is a very beautiful album. It's Barbra Streisand's 3rd album. It's not her best, but it is a very beautiful album. My goal was to show 3 crooners. So Barbra Streisand, the next one I'm going to show you, and Johnny Mathis. But going through my Johnny Mathis albums, I realized I did not have his 3rd album, which I'm going to put a picture of here. And so I was like, what? I need to rectify that. I'm going to show this singer, John Gary, and this is his 3rd release, So Tenderly. His first release is Catch a Rising Star from 1963. His second one is Encore, aptly titled, from 1964. And then, like I said, this is his 3rd album, So Tenderly, also from 1964. I really do enjoy John Gary. Okay, and since I didn't have the Johnny Mathis, I wanted to show off this box set. Now, I don't have a lot of really nice box sets, but I have this one. I absolutely love this thing. So when you open this, it's got all of these paper sleeves with the covers of these living stereo. And so I think they're put out in order. So this is the third one, Daphnis and Chloe by Ravel. I just love these things. Now, is that the best living stereo? Sorry, Aaron, I'm kind of bending the rules by just showing the third and not necessarily greatest. But I'm looking at this as a way to go through my collection and just focus on some things that I might not have. And I think even though that might be bending the rules, I think that's a great way to look at our collections. The final thing I'm going to look at is 3 random third issues of comics that I went through, and these were the first 3 that I found. Okay, so the first one I found was this awesome giant-sized Defenders. I absolutely love this thing, and in fact, it was reprinted recently. One thing I like about these is that these older, really thick comics have like a square bound, whereas the reprint didn't do that. It's the basic, I don't know how you would describe that, but it's got an edge rather than an edge. This one comes to a point, whereas this one has a flat edge to it. And in fact, the next one that I pulled also has that flat edge. This is Fear number 3. It was a 25 center, but it must have been at the time of 12 cents because this is a double issue, it seems like. And this one says Zutak, the thing that shouldn't exist. To me, it looks like there are 2 things that shouldn't exist there, but look at this gorgeous cover. Now, I'm going to say that I think that that is Steve Ditko art. I don't know for sure. I'm not a huge fan of Steve Ditko art, but I really do like this cover. And then the third one I pulled was Iron Fist number 3. Look at that cover. So here we come to the part of the video you've all been waiting for. So Aaron Mutha Alamare chose a Ratt album, which is not their best.
This one happens to be my favorite by this band, and this is Ratt with Dancing Undercover.
This is their best. So of course this has the big hit Round and Round, but I don't like it just because of that. Every song on this rocks. In fact, I heard Round and Round so much that it's actually one of my least favorite songs on the album. So Aaron, I'm challenging you to a Ratt Throwdown. Track for track, let's defend our albums. So the last thing we have to do is we have to shout out 3 channels. I'm going to make this easy on myself. Channel shout outs is always really difficult for me because there are so many people who deserve it. In fact, Aaron had 2 pages of names that he could have shouted out.
And you know, I was really going to try to shout out all of these people. I went and wrote down all the people that have influenced me.
It's so difficult. So this morning, as I was watching videos, I came across 4 new channels. So I'm going to shout all 4 of them out. The first one is Bene the Vinyl Cats and Other Delights channel. Now, this was the first time I saw his, and the first thing that I saw was 2 cats wrestling over a turkey bone, and it was extremely close up, and I was just like, that's so gross. But the whole video, everything that he did was really entertaining, very funny. I highly recommend that you check out his videos.
All right, number 2, Sounds of Children at Christmas. What's scarier than that? I'm sorry, though. I mean, she's just possessed. She's scary. I don't like it. That's the whole thing.
The second one is a very new YouTuber and quite young, Jack the Music guy. I look forward to seeing more from him.
And I'm picking number 9, Run of the Mill.
Third one was Kevin J. He had just gone thrifting and he was showing off what he got, and I'm always into that because I kind of trawl the dollar bins myself.
Including modern pop and punk rock at the thrift store. 2 things you really don't find in thrift stores these days on vinyl. The punk rock one, I'm waiting till last, so now you gotta stay the whole episode to see that. unless you fast forward. But I don't know your life, so if you're a fast forward kind of person, I'll see you in the future.
And then another one was Marsha P. Actually, Marsha P recommended some of these. So thank you, Marsha P, because you led me to some other really nice channels. I only watched one of Marsha P's video because she recommended others and I had to move on. But I am really looking forward to watching more of her videos. She seemed funny and sassy.
For all of you OK Computer Kid A people are probably going to shake your head at me and roll your eyes, but this is my favorite Radiohead album. To me, this is where it's at.
So I want to thank Aaron Mutha Alamare for hosting this contest. Whether you do my Ratt challenge or not, love your channel. Thank you so much for all you do in the vinyl community. I also want to thank everyone out there for the support.